Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to start with you Group 2 presentation. We believe that there are many important leaders whom leaders should know. We chose John Cotter, whom we have enjoyed some of his readings during our course. We are Shaimaa, Marwa, Malek, and me, Monica. I will start with you with a quick overview. John Cotter is a best-selling author, award-winning business and management thought leader, business entrepreneur, and Harvard professor. He is internationally known and widely regarded as the foremost speaker on the topics of leadership and change. He is the premier voice on how the best organizations actually achieve successful transformations. When it comes to change management, John Cotter is the most cited author worldwide. In 1995, his book, Leading Change, became an international bestseller. In this book, Cotter describes 8 necessary steps for cultural change. 17 years later, however, he changed the vision of organizational change from an organization where change is implemented top-down towards an organization of voluntary bottom-up improvements. In Leading Change, Harvard professor John Cotter outlines a process to make any organization more efficient and successful. The process highlights that organizational change can be risky. If it's done right, a business can thrive and become more successful. However, if it fails, the company could get stuck in an endless cycle of stagnation. Leadership is key to success when implementing organizational change. Going through the many quotes Professor John Cotter has wrote, I really like the quote that says, "We learn best and change from hearing stories that strike a chord within us."
John Cotter theories. We are going to focus on 2 main theories. The first one, theory of change. The second one, leadership versus management. Theory of change. 8-step change model. Cotter introduced this model of change in his book Leading Change to help leaders implement organizational change. He illustrated what needs to be done to keep the change project on track. It's clear that implementing change is a big challenge in any stable organization because of the obstacles that leaders may face, such as changing resistance, lack of teamwork, or the school culture. That's why Cotter indicates 8 steps that leaders need to follow to overcome the obstacles and lead a successful change. These steps are: create urgency. All stakeholders need to feel the sense of urgency for change and believe in it. So leaders should invite them to participate to create a positive environment for better results. Team members have to figure out the reason for change, the challenges they face, and the results of that change. The second step, form a powerful coalition. It's essential to create a strong team to initiate the change and influence other stakeholders to accept the new change. Choosing team members depend on the nature of the change to be more effective. The third step is to create a vision for change. A clear vision should be created and shared with team leaders. This step would motivate employees and encourage them to accept that change. Number 4 is to communicate the change vision. Communicate the vision with other team members in a way that helps them to accept, participate, and support that change. They need to figure out the rewards and the benefits of a change for themselves and the company. So team leaders should share a vision, listen to the employees' fear, concerns, and thoughts. The next step is to remove obstacles. It's expected while implementing the change that some employees would resist change and have fears. So leaders need to communicate with employees and assist them in removing obstacles. Next step, set short-term wins. It's crucial to inspire team members and share success to encourage them to perform. So short-term rewards would motivate them to continue supporting the change. Step 7. Build on the change. Team members should be updated with the change outcomes and keep tracking their progress. So every success should be shared to help them figure out what needs to be improved. The last step is to make the change stick. Employees must continue to support the change, so regular discussions and evaluations would support that change, and it would help maintain it and become part of the organization culture. John Kotter's second important theory is leadership versus management. According to Kotter's leadership versus management theory, there are some essential differences between what leaders do and what managers do. He introduced this idea in his article, What Leaders Really Do, by stating that management is about coping with complexity, while leadership is about coping with change. So management is a systematic way to keep people and technology work, while leadership is about creating that system and searching for opportunities to change. As a manager, you focus on coping with complexity. Managers' main tasks are planning, budgeting, organizing, staffing, controlling, and problem solving. Management helps you to produce products and services as you planned. Leaders focus on a change themselves, the others, the working environment, and the way we do what we do. As for changing themselves, when you take the role of leader, it's crucial to focus on the change of your behavior. You need to develop your habits as you affect others. Regarding the others, leaders need to motivate the followers to invite them to focus on their roles and their responsibilities, help them to understand that a certain behavior is important, listen to them, and have a clear conversation with them. The leaders need to change the work environment. It's one of leadership responsibilities to create a positive climate in which the employees can perform. Finally, leaders will be able to change the way they do what they do. It's all about changing the system and procedures the employees follow to do their work. So this means that leadership and management both are important. If the employee is overmanaged and underled, he won't be able to perform well.
This is Malak Sarwat. I will talk about Kotter's books. Kotter is the author of 21 books. As listed below, 12 of these books had been business bestsellers, and 2 of which are overall New York Times bestseller. His first book was in 1974, Myers in Action. In 1979, actually, he wrote 2 books. First, Power in Management, and second, Organization, text cases and reading on the management of organization. In 1986, The General Managers, and 1988, The Leadership Factor, and in 1990, A Force of Change. In 1991, he wrote Self-Assessment and Career Development. In 1992, Corporate Culture and Performance. And 1995, The New Rules. In 1996, he wrote Leading Change. 1997, Matsushita Leadership Lesson from the 20th Century's Most Remarkable Entrepreneur. And 1999, What Leaders Really Do. In 2002, he wrote The Heart of Change. Then he stopped, I think, for 4 years because he wrote Our Iceberg is Melting in 2006. In 2008, actually, he wrote 3 books. First of them, Power and Influence. The second, A Sense of Urgency. The third, Managing Your Boss. In 2010, he wrote Buy-In. In 2014, Accelerate Building Strategic Agility for Faster Moving World. In 2016, That's Not How We Do It Here. It's about a story about how organizations rise and fall and can rise again. And finally, in 2021, he wrote his, I think, last book. It was The Change.
The awards and honors received by John Kotter. In 1996, Professor Kotter's Leading Change was named the #1 management book of the year by Management General. In 1998, his Matsushita leadership book won first place in the Financial Times Booz Allen Global Business Book Competition for biography and autobiography. In that book, Kotter introduced the life of the great entrepreneur Matsushita, who was the founder of the great Japanese Panasonic brand. Some of Kotter's books were transformed into videos, and back in 2003, a video version of a story from his book, The Heart of Change, won a Teddy Award. In 2006, Kotter received the prestigious McFeely Award for outstanding contributions to leadership and management development. In the year 2007, Kotter's video, Succeeding in a Changing World, was named the Best Video Training Product of the Year by Training Media Review. And in 2011, he won the Bronze Axiom Business Book Award for his book, Buy-In, Saving Your Good Idea from Getting Shot Down. Last but not least, back in 2012, Kotter won the first place McKinsey Award for the best article in Harvard Business Review for his article Accelerate.